Okay, people, what is wrong with my Jeep Compass? Well, quite a bit. There's going to be three parts to this and a lot of content. I'm going to cut everything down as short as I can. I spent 3 days on this, taking my time, mind you, but not 3 solid days. Roughly, probably about 3 or 4 hours a day. Um, so anybody that's planning on getting one of these will actually see, and it's high mileage, 212,000 miles. If you go out and buy one of these, or if you've already got one and it's got high miles and you haven't done anything to it and you're thinking, well, maybe what would it take to fix it myself? Now this is for the DIYers. If you watch these videos, you can see what potential problems can arise, what kind of struggles I had to go through to do some of this stuff, and what problems I had. And there was a few problems and definitely some struggles. When I went to take the struts apart, I get the struts out, I actually hurt my left forearm and elbow. I'll probably be feeling that for a while. Hopefully not too awful long, but it definitely hurts to straighten out my arm or to pick up anything and set it down, or like even to pick up my drink and bring it to me. If I straighten out my arm and pick it up, it hurts my elbow. So just be aware of that. Try not to hurt yourself. I'm going to post this on every single episode part for this video at the beginning, so everybody will know in case they just come across it. And there's three parts to this, just FYI, and every one of them is going to be around 2 hours from what I see. Right now I'm on the first episode, trying to get it shortened down as quickly as possible. I mean, to make it as short as possible. Most of them are about 3 to 3.5 hours worth of content because, well, I don't get in any hurry. It's my stuff. And with the particular location of this, the passenger side is always in the sun from about 10 o'clock on till about 2 or 3. So I try to avoid that side. Wherever the sun's facing, if we've got the car turned around, I'll go to the shade side. Plain and simple. Perfect example of shade tree mechanic. And actually working on the passenger side in one of these episodes, I got a sunburnt knee. Yeah, go figure. But anyway, thank you for watching. There is going to be 3 parts to this, and I hope you find it incredibly informational and what kind of struggles and the things to watch out for. Have a good one. Wanted to add in, part 1 is disassembly, part 2 is assembly, and part 3 is finishing up. I also had to add transmission fluid, and those of you Dodge owners on these newer models, well, it's a trick. And I also had to charge up the AC system as well. It was borderline low, and I didn't have to put very much in it, but I got that too. So basically part 3 is mostly going to be on, I believe, some more assembly part, but not very much, and then the finish up with the transmission and AC charge, which I did not record. I did start with it on disassembly, and for the most part assembly, and I changed the filter in under the pan and added the well, I dropped the transmission pan and drained the rest of the fluid out, and also changed the screen that's in the pan off camera, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but as far as getting to the cartridge filter, I did record, and there's other recordings out there. And I did give some info on that part too, on what I had to do to get to that. Because some transmissions they've got on the newer models, it's the same cartridge, but they've got the cooler and the cartridge separate. On the older models, it's actually the cooler along with the cartridge right in front of it. That's what I seen. It's like I seen one YouTube video that actually had well, it was the same year, but the cartridge was in a different location by itself from the cooler. And it's like the cartridge was here, and the cooler was here, and there was a plate with 4 bolts that held the cartridge in place. Engineers, most likely that was just a revision of that year. So anyway, that's a little other info about 1, 2, and 3. Anyway, thank you for watching, and on with the show. I've got a lot of content for this, so I'm probably going to have to make it a 2-parter. This is being recorded with my chest harness on the GoPro Wannabe. I'm already aware that the sound is a little low, so I can adjust that in the editing. Just wanted to add that in as an individual clip, that this will most likely be a 2-parter. Technically 3, because I've already posted 1. And I've got about 60 gig worth of content working for this thing with that other camera. So, yeah. Maybe this little camera can help get a bird's eye view. I just got to get used to it. And actually, it connects to my phone, so I can look at you, look at me. Or, yeah, well, look at you looking at whatever I'm seeing. Or what the camera sees. But anyway, back to the show.
What is wrong with my Jeep Compass? Lower ball joint comes completely apart. I showed a video on it not too long ago. What I'm going to try and do, and what I'm actually going to do, is replace the lower control arm with ball joint and also the top strut, because this thing had a horrible popping noise when I turned it to the right. To make, like, sitting at a traffic light, need to make a right turn, turn the wheel to make a right, go to take off. Well, before you go to take off, it will make a loud pop. That was probably the lower ball joint, mind you, but I'm going to go ahead and replace the strut anyway, because the suspension in the front was rather weird. It's like one strut was completely dead, and it wasn't the driver's side. So, without further ado, I'm going to pause this, gather some tools, get my little seat, and get busy. Okay, got a few tools. I'll probably end up needing more, but is what it is. That is all the way right. Let's see, plan of attack. What shall I do? Okay, these actually have a sensor. And I'm intermittently getting a sensor issue. Oh lordy. Start taking it apart. I have a limited selection on half-inch drive stuff. Okay. Probably gonna have a hard time getting a lot of this stuff apart. Well, that means get a breaker bar. And the only breaker bar I really have is a torque wrench. See what the other one does. Yeah, it's on back out. Good job, Roby, for failing at life. Ooh, socket's warm. Oh, lordy. Oh, lordy. Wow. Hmm. I can't seem to break that. Yeah, I know what's going on with that. Is there a 13 or does it drop to 12? Yeah, there's a 13. I do believe it's a miracle. Alright, line sensor, line breaker, brake. And a 10 millimeter to take the sensor off. Where does it go? It's actually meant for a wrench to hold it. For the record, I may end up ending this early because we do have rain clouds coming in today. And I just felt a couple of drops. That's a 15 deep well. Yep, it's trying to rain. Okay, as you can see, I've been a little busy. Wanted to make sure the rain was gone, because I'd hate to lose my made in China $60 camera. Thought about getting a GoPro, but well, it's not really a GoPro, it's GoPro wannabe. Alright, now, from what you guys seen in the last segment, I was having a really hard time getting those strut nuts loose, and I just happened to think, wait a minute, I've got a propane torch, and I got to make it trip the lows, because my half-inch socket set is made in China, and the most common ones that are used in the U.S., which would be a 15 and a 18 and a 20, are not included in the set. Yeah. And I don't have an adapter that goes from half-inch to 3/8. It got lost. Lost or misplaced. And I gotta get a 32 millimeter axle nut to get that apart. I'm disassembling this stuff to find out what is wrong. So far, I've got a outer tie rod in that's defective, so doing a front end alignment would be totally useless. Even if I did replace the lower ball joint by itself. I pretty much got everything seated back in place. The axle's back in the transmission. Let's see, what am I looking at? Here. Anyway, the axle's back in the transmission. It's in park. Everything's seated in, and the sway bar is not supposed to do this. I have not taken anything apart on the passenger side. So that immediately tells me that the sway bar link on the neighbor side is completely either broken or disconnected, and most likely broken. But after I got everything seated in, it looked like the sway bar is not bent, but it's running really close to the floor control arm. But I'll have to keep an eye on that later. Once I start getting everything together. Now I'm just about to a point now where I can take this whole strut assembly. The lower ball joint's already broken, so that's already free. Well, tie rod end is here, so that's free. I've got the caliper and everything off of here to make it lighter. And this thing actually has brand new brake pads. Brand new. You know how they, well, whoever's changed brakes before, they've got that little angle on the end. Well, this one's got the angle on the end, but surface on the rotor actually feels okay. But I'm actually considering replacing them, but I don't know yet. I'm already $430 in, and I'm going to have to buy tie rod ends and sway bar links for sure. And I've already got everything else, so those two extra parts is going to be about another $60. Plus I've had to buy new sockets. $36 from Lowe's, another $20 from Advanced Auto for the axle nut. Yeah, this is getting costly quick. It's a good thing I don't have to spend anything on the Saturn. I can't move this car the way it is right now, so if I was to finish the Saturn today, I couldn't move it. It's stuck in the backyard until this thing can move on all four wheels. But I am going to still stick to working on the Saturn all week. I just want to try and get this thing prepped. If I get everything worked in on this side, I can move it to get the Saturn out if I need to. But I'm not going to need to for at least a couple more weekends. Minimum. Alright. Heat. Need heat. Gotta have heat. And mud got stuck in the end. Oh, that's just lovely. Not gonna light like that. Okay. Spider! See ya! So I've already sprayed these with TV Blaster a couple hours ago. Now, hey, let the heat soak in. I'm hoping I don't have much of a problem getting the lower sway bar out of there, because, well, the ground's wet, and I don't want to lay on wet ground, and I don't have a mat to lay on, so that's just, yeah. These vice grips ain't exactly that good. They have no teeth to them on the very tip, but they do have normal vice grip teeth. And this is pretty typical for what I do. Just use a pair of vice grips to grab the opposing side. Make sure to try and break it loose from the nut side and not the bolt, because it's twice as hard. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this broke loose or not without hurting my back or my legs or something. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it or not. Might need a 1,000-pound impact. Well, got to move a little. Yeah. Wow. Torque wrench. It is set almost on 90 foot-pounds. Of course it's smoking. It's piping hot. What size was that? Size 20. 21's barely grabbing it, but it's grabbing, and I've got a 20 ordered from Lowe's. I got to go pick it up whenever they've got it ready, whenever that might be. But anyway, let's try again. That's what I thought. It's going to keep spinning until it hits that tab in the back. Let's see if the impact can do anything. Probably not. At least I got the whole thing spinning. Ooh, that socket's hot. Warm. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I don't quite know what to do. Well, looks like my lower ball joint. Lower ball. It's not in the socket anymore. It just fell out because I had the bolt pulled out of it. Well, that was minimal fight. This strut is hot. Alright, I'm going to have to go get my goodbye scripts because this sensor does not want to unplug itself. Lock himself in. Be able to work with that. They ain't even big enough. Like whole assembly. It's just swinging around too much to damage this sensor, but I do have an intermittent problem with the ABS. That unlocks. Straight screwdriver to pry underneath it. Oh. Must be the strut assembly that's making that popping noise. That was a right turn. Well, I'm replacing it anyway. I've got my suspicion that this side's been replaced sometime in this car's lifetime and not the passenger side. And I am going with Monroe. I've already got one in, but the other one won't be in until tomorrow. And of course the other one's for this side. Go figure. twisted, pried, and pulled, and tugged. I just cannot get this crazy thing to let go. It's nothing but a Hall effect sensor in a plastic sleeve. I mean, not like it's sealing any oil or moisture out. It's just there. Hey Chrysler, why is it so hard to take out? You got a 10mm bolt holding it in place, for crying out loud. Hey people, Work Pro, Amazon, not recommended. There is no teeth on the very tip of these vice grips. And if you need them, well, they're not there, so you can chunk those in the garbage, because that's what they're worth. Oh, I'm about to get brutal. This is the only thing that's holding me up getting this whole assembly out of here. And I don't even know where the plug is. Runs up into the firewall. There's no plug here. Get the out. Sorry people, I've had my fill with this thing. I need to do an inspection to see where that sensor goes to. If it's a tone ring, I may need to replace it. And if I can't get this stuff apart, well, guess what? Yeah, I'm not doing it. Now, yeah, let me move you guys in a little closer so you can get a sneak peek of what I'm seeing. What I'm having trouble with. Right here. See that? It don't want to come out. And I'm going to have to replace the sensor because I done broke the mount wing on it. It's right there. What's the point of the mount wing when you can't even take it out to start with? Maybe I cannot get these vice grips to grab this. Oh, that's it. Yeah, handle slide off. That's nice. Yep, like I said, maybe I cannot get these vice grips to grab this. It probably broke. That would be about my luck. Get it stuck in the knuckle assembly. They sure don't want to come out, I know that much. Yep, it's stuck. Whole assembly. It's stuck in there. Wonderful. Well. We're going to put a Hall effect sensor in for the ABS. Add a wing to it with a 10mm nut to hold it in place, but when it comes out, you're not going to be able to pull the sensor without it breaking. Yeah, brilliant engineers. Brilliant. That means I'm going to have to drill that out after I get the axle out of here and replace it. Fantastic. If anybody has a question, have I took one of those out before? No, I haven't. But logic tells me there's a 10mm bolt that holds it in place that should slide out. Now, yes, it is possible for it to corrode in place, but that tight. As a permanent assembly, no, doubtful. Especially since they added a 10mm nut to hold it in place. Alright. Bolt. No. I don't know what I'm going to do other than the only choice I have. Let's take all this mess out, and maybe I can stand on that and get it to break loose. And maybe I can break my leg trying to. I cannot find the transmission filler in this thing for nothing. And it dumped all its fluid out when that axle come out of there. I mean, it was all over the place. But the filler neck is supposed to be next to the battery behind the radiator. Let's do an impact on that and drop that whole thing down. I'm kind of interested to see if this has been replaced on the passenger side too. If both of them are the same name brand, then there's a good possibility somebody really cared about this car at one time and gave up on it when they traded it in. Alright, 14mm, at least I got that. Nope, 15. Well, that's sitting at Lowe's right now. Made in China. We're gonna skip the most common socket sizes. Get this back one. I'll probably have to use a ratchet. Yep, I've got to use a ratchet. Well, I'll grab an extension now. And that's going to be the one that's holding everything up. Car stuff. Car stuff. Just put it in the back seat. I do know a mechanic. The guy had originally working on the set for the transmissions. I can trust his work. Plus he's got an impact gun. I can run this stuff over there and break it loose in no time. Of course it's too late today. But at least try to break stuff apart, get it ready. Next week I'd really like to drive this thing. Now I'm going to have to go to the ABS tender after I figure out where it runs to and unplug from. Oh, the axe. Oh, dang it. Okay, people. As you can see, I've got an Avenger sitting on the ground now. I've done pulled my compressor sitting at the front door. I didn't want to buy that, but it was only $60. It's 400 foot-pounds, and I gotta learn what the settings are for it. Probably help read the manual. By the way, no sponsor. It's a Cobalt. Bought it from Lowe's. Had to have it because I don't want to mess with this crap. I've already broke the axle nut loose. It come out like a breeze. But these struts? Nope. Hey Simba. The star of the show is in the shops go in with these big 500 and 1,000 foot-pound air guns, and they just tighten the shit out of things, disregarding if the bolt will snap or strip the bolt. But yeah, what can you do? Okay, let me oil this thing. Old. By the way, I gotta pull my pants up. You figured that would be old too. Heat it up some more. Get some vice grips. Although they're junk, but they kind of work. Just definitely not on the tips. And I can't seem to find my good pair. I have misplaced them. Don't know where I put them. I know where I used them last, and that was in the kitchen. I really hope I don't have to get that red hot to break loose. I know what this is going to do. It is going to demolish that plate. And probably the nut. It's spinning! Oh my god, it's spinning! Yes, I just put that back on there. Let the PB blaster sit in. Unbelievable. I cannot ah. Okay. What I'm gonna do? I checked the Carfax on this, and it actually had a front end alignment done to it like 2 years ago. It had a tire replaced as well. And I'd say it's the one in the back passenger side because it's the only tire that's coming out. I think the rest of them are fender. As long as somebody don't call the fire department, I'll be fine. Was that enough heat? Apparently not. Work Pro, big repair. And as you can see, don't bother trying to use the tips of these to grab nothing, because they don't work. And the other pair I just tossed in the garbage, the teeth on the inside was already starting to wear. Get off. Oh my lord. What time is it? 16:07? That is 4:07. So I've been an hour trying to get 2 bolts off the damn strut. I really wanted to get the 750, but it was $119, and I'm already deep in parts. Tie rod end's got to be replaced, and because of me having to take it apart anyway, I'm doing both sides. So it's going to be both outer tie rod ends, and the sway bar link on the other side is completely broke. So I'm going to replace both sway bar links. The lower ball joint is bad on this side, so chances are it's going to go bad on the other side eventually. 212,000 miles on the vehicle. So lower control arm with ball joint takes care of the bushings and any damage that might be done to the control arm, and of course the lower ball joint will be new. And I've got some new boots for the inner tie rod end, because the one on the driver's side is well, it's shredded bad. Alright, that is the end of the saga for this. Now, you guys might think I'm nuts, but the strut's supposed to be in today. But I've already got the strut for the passenger side. He knows I'm working on it. He asked about it yesterday. Probably looking for scrap metal, which is fine. Saves me the effort, that's for sure. Now I gotta try and figure out how to break that sway bar link apart, because I've got the sway bar link coming in, I think, tomorrow. My microphone has died. Yep, both of them. Okay, folks, I'm going to take a break and get set up to take the other side apart, I guess. I've got the impact gun, so I'm just going to use that to get whatever I can apart over there. Hopefully, I don't have trouble with the strut like I did this one. Okay, people, I got to set up for the other side. Yeah, it's a bit later. Maybe the timestamp will show up, maybe it won't. Yeah, about an hour and 20 minutes later. I need to wait for the sun to start hiding itself. I think I'll try right about there. This is going to be a disaster. Extension cord is cord going to my car battery charger that I had to hook up to the battery because the tow guy left the keys in the car. Okay, yeah, this could be my fault as well. Left the keys in the car with the ignition turned on, and I didn't even think anything about it. And, well, battery was dead. It's been on charge for about 48 hours now. The hood's got a ding on it. Well, time to set up. I've got the air impact. I might as well put it to use. Millimeter. Okay. tire down to the tread wear. Running mostly even, so it hasn't been driven too awful long with the alignment out. But with the way that tie rod is over there, yeah, the Canada tire. Alright, what am I going to do with this? Okay, quarter pin. There. 32 millimeter. It is not a metal ring on the end of this like I was thinking. Oh, maybe it is. It really looks like a rubber ring. But kind of looks like there's a rubber ring underneath that, though. Rip it off. So of course it's going to push back against it, but if you jar it enough, it'll help knock it loose. And my idea is to break it loose. I'm going to have to check the tie rod in. It does not look like it's been replaced any time in the recent past. The boot is still kind of soft. It is greasable. But I did order a set of 2. And before I break that apart, I need to break that nut loose. Okay. 10 millimeter. No, 12. 11. Let me guess, it skips a 13. Oh. Nope, 13. Skip to 14? No. Oh. Alright, pull this caliper off. Oh, it has it closed itself up, so that's good. Uh, 19 millimeter on the lower ball joint, I think. Might be 15. No. 18. 18. It's perfect. I think that thing's just a little excessive. Battery. Come on. Get past the metal ring. Oh. Bolt feed through the knuckle to grab the main caliper mount. Spray, spray, spray. Even though I'm going to have to heat it at 300 degrees. That's going to be a difficult part to take, to break loose. Gotta pull up. Too loose. Too loose. Oh, good. Something I forgot to do on the other side. Alright, it's going to be an 18. Pretty sure. Tie rod. Okay, maybe 19. Put a quarter pin. No. No Carter pin. Oh, way too big. Too big. 19. That's 15. 19 is here. Good fit. Folks, if you go after a high mileage vehicle, you might as well plan on doing front end work. Especially if the alignment's off, right off the bat. If you test drive it and the alignment's off, have the front end inspected to see what all is wrong. I was already expecting to have to do front end work to this thing, which is fine. Alright. was awful loose. It's got a little play in it too. This is still snug. Now, is that the play that from the... Oh, okay, it's from me loosening that nut. That inner tie rod, it can be saved, but I don't know what month of 1982 it was put on, so I'm going to replace it for sure. Yeah, gotta love it. Alright, ratchet. Let me go wash this gunk off, people. I'll be right back. I'm starting to wonder if I'm going to be able to use that 20 at all. Now, I really hope this is nowhere near as bad as the driver's side. Sway bar link is already broken, so I don't have to do anything with that. And it's attached to the strut, so it's going in the garbage. Top is still fairly firm. Not loose at all. Can I pull this through the firewall to unplug it? Probably not. Alright, here goes the thread. I'm probably going to have to get the torch out. Wonder if I can actually pull the sensor out. Probably not. Roby to the rescue. Yep, might seem a little lazy, but that's okay. That looks a little on the odd side. Like that's a clip that's meant to raise up. Was there really any point in making a smoke? No. It burned down. Probably broke, but that's okay. I've got some zip ties coming in. And this is probably going to break too, but that's okay. I ordered 2 new ones. Well, folks, that one popped right out like nobody's business. Huh. I do believe that's a miracle. Anyway. Axle's moving back. So that's good. Leave it on there a while longer. Torch time. Hit the ×4. This stuff is flammable. Yeah. Whoa, how did that happen? Oh. Caught the plastic on fire. Shame on me. Huh. From the looks of it, that tire has been rubbing. Yeah, get on the other side. I'm gonna use that as leverage. Yeah. Don't think that didn't create some heat of its own, because it's smoking. Yeah, time to run it down. Nope, more heat. This is all still assembled. I can use a breaker bar and bounce on it. Yeah, I ain't even doing nothing. I'm just making it twitchy. Okay, more heat. I want to leave that bottom one in to let it have the swivel point when I pull that bolt out, so it don't get dumb when I get this one loose. Might be an hour from now, but yeah. It's actually doing what I'm expecting it to do. That's freaking incredible. It's a dang outright miracle. It broke loose. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but there's ridges on those bolts. See the ridges? The ridges are supposed to help assist hold the whole entire bolt
in one place. So you can go by the nut side and get it out of there. By working it back and forth with a little WD-40, PD blaster, or some kind of penetrator of your choice, they'll eventually loosen up. Which is, I'm pretty notorious for doing that. I just like doing it. It cleans the threads, gets everything worked loose, so you can get a good torque. Yeah, I don't want the hot one. No, thank you. Okay, this one's warm. Now, what's going on with this top bolt right now is this one's loose a bit, tighter than what it was. So the lower control arm is pushing up, while the spring for the strut is pushing down. So that makes this one tight. And just like I was saying with the threads, those little ridges are there to help hold that nut in place. Now that gives you a pivot by the bottom bolt, so you can pull out and work with the axle. And this doesn't go just for Jeep Compass. It's a lot of other cars, front wheel drive cars too. Yeah, it's already worked its way loose. I just got to get it broke apart. Alright. Pull the bottom bolt. Tie rod end is already off. Okay. The boot's still in good shape, so that's nice. Ooh, still hot. That's hot. Well, I don't see any reason why the ABS thing would be on intermittently, unless one of the sensors was going bad, like the one that was totally stuck. Now the caliper, on the other hand, it's on all the time. Like it or not, that's what it's doing. Alright, lower ball joint. I am quite glad that this come apart the way it did. Although I did have to fight with the
That's tightened. Loosen. Impact. Yeah, don't need 10. I'm telling you, it's looking like it's going to rain. It only said it was a 23% chance. What size was that? No. You greedy thing. You can get out of my way, please. The clip has come off the boot. Or should I say clamp. Alright, time to pull strut. Wonder how... Ooh, that cast iron is still hot. Oh, damn. That hurt my knuckles. Lovely. Ow. That one's still got some life to it. But, it's getting replaced anyway. I do believe the bushings are bad on that lower control arm. It's getting replaced anyway. It'll have a new set of bushings in it, plus the lower control arm. I mean, plus the lower ball joint. So, all set there. Time to pull the strut. A few zips and it's out. Any of you like tea? Lipton Peach, good stuff. Not sponsored, believe me. Well, that's taken care of. And I think my microphone is dead, so I'm going to have to talk nice and loud. Yes, it's dead. Lovely. How you doing? Alright, now what I've got left, outer tie rod end is already broke loose, it's good. So, the axle needs to stay. I'm not messing with it, because it wasn't making any noise, neither side. I need to bind this up with something.
Oh no. They have a nut at the top side of that lower control arm. Oh boy. I just don't know about it. That means I'm going to have to lock a pair of vice grips on it and hope those piece of craps actually grab it. Because they're junk. That is not unzoom. Alright. Not quite sure what to do other than go in and call it a day. I am getting hungry. Yes, I still have the lower control arms to remove. Yes, I do have the lower control arms. But I do not have the driver's side strut. But I do have this side. And the current time, 18:35, which is 6:35. If it sounds like I'm trying to talk myself into not doing any more, you're absolutely right. I am not too sure how I'm going to get the bolt out of that lower control arm underneath the axle, because that is facing the oil pan. Can I get a zoom on it? Yep. Right there. It's right here. Oil pan is right in front of it. About 4 inches. So that means breaker bar and then ratchet. Okay, people, I'm done. Yeah, I'm going to call it today. Alright. Wow. Boy, my hair is all over the place. Look at this. Well, I guess that's what happens when you work out in the heat and get all hot and sweaty. I'm going to call it today. I've been on the go since, oh geez, 8 o'clock this morning, and I actually woke up at 5. Yeah, my brain. But, I'll see you next time. Hello, people. Well, it's the next morning. Checked my schedule this morning and I had no work. I mean, I'll still get paid for the day. I've already got the back bolt on the lower control arm out. It actually wasn't that much of a problem, but the front bolt for the lower control arm, it's going to be as bad as the struts. It's I can't get it to move, so I'm going to have to try and work up a cheater bar. I do have a fence, a fence post. If it's the right diameter, it's actually meant for a gate. I do have a fence post. That I can cut a chunk out of. If this will fit, it's going to be my cheater bar. Oh, what's this back here? Yes, I need to mow my yard. Is this already loose? Oh, it is? Hey. Look at that. Cheater bar or us. that'll either snap the bolt or break the breaker bar. Lovely. I probably should apply heat to that back area, but it is covered with grease. So I don't know about that. Let's see what this can do. I bet I keep that fence post. Oh, me. All I need to do is break it loose enough for my Roby impact to be able to turn it. That's it. That's it. Alright. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Well, you be my neighbor. Okay, I have my external microphone turned off right now because when the camera's this close to me, it picks up sound. And then my external microphone picks up sound, so it sounds like an echo. And I've already tested the camera. Like, okay, if I turn the microphone off, will it only turn off the mic that's on the camera? No, it kills all audio, period. Lovely. Goodbye, control line. Your days are done. Thank you for your service. You're out because you make me nervous. If you're thinking I'm glad I'm off today, you're correct. Although I'm free to take vacation, but I hardly ever do. Come out there. Well, that bushing actually looks okay. And this one does too. Where's it at? There it is. Not dry rotted any. So there could be a possibility that this has been replaced. But 212,000 miles. Lower ball joint still feels firm. But I've already had an incident in the Saturn where I was doing front end work. I fixed what's wrong, and then go get a front end alignment. Something else will go wrong. Fix it. Have to get a front end alignment again, and then fix it. And then transmission pull. Front end alignment. Now I ended up 5 front end alignments. I'm not doing that. Whatever can go bad is getting gone. However, I'm not going to replace the inner tie rod ends. Hopefully that don't come back and bite me. Oh, and I'm not going to replace the hub bearings either, because they still sounded fine. But with the mileage that's on this thing, that doesn't mean they won't go bad 6 months from now.
a new set for both sides is $178. And I'm about $700 in right now. Transmission fluid's coming in today. I've already got the filters, but I've got some other stuff I need to wait on that'll be in tomorrow, and I think that's everything after that. Alright, let's go to the other side. And get this one broke loose. I gotta grab the little tool for the splash guard. Ye old ball joint. Alright. What size was this one? I had to use a vice grip plus the air tool on the other one. That's 21. Alright, where's the tool down at? I had to buy a bunch of these caps for the Saturn. So if these break or I'll lose a cap, I can replace it with no problem. I've got a bunch of them. Where's the angle at? Well, at least that one didn't come flying out. Oh, the tool's pretty handy. Oh, it fell out. Well, might need a new button cap for the front. That's going to be interesting to get out. And I'm going to need to replace the bushings on the strut, on the sway bar. These aren't meant to be oiled. The bushing on the passenger side for the sway bar is actually wore out. Okay, can I get lucky enough for this thing to break that loose just right away? Probably not. Considering how everything else has been. Wow, it did it. Awesome. No fuss. That is completely awesome. Okay, I think I gotta get the 20 and a pair of vice grips for that other side. And the whole front end to be apart. I've got both struts, both lower tie rod ends. No, both struts, both lower control arms, but I don't have the tie rod ends yet. Okay. Oh, I forgot to get the vice grips. Oh. Oh. Try to sit down and fall backwards instead. That's always lovely. Yeah, this thing's actually got movement for up and down, so it's bad. Probably won't hold. Work Pro, your vice grips are garbage. Not recommended. One. Right there. Oh. Ow. Roby? You know, I don't mind the metal ring to hold the sockets in place, but it's pretty stubborn to get a socket on. Put this on. Alright, that lower control arm's out. That bushing's a little wore. It's starting to separate right here. And dry rotting. I was actually thinking about buying a set of brake pads, ceramic. But, I don't know. Running kind of tight on funds right now. Because with what I make, that's usually about the way it goes. And I'm doing this repair work on mileage pay instead of my paycheck. Now that our tie rod end feels okay. It's still got some stiffness to it. It's not free moving. It is a little bit in its normal range. Okay. The vice grip that and try and get it broke loose. No, 15. Mm-hmm. Yes. Is it 15? Now. Yep, I'm fighting with it. Be my luck, the sway bar links that I got don't have the nuts with them. And what come off the car is not compatible with what I put on. I've seen that happen. I sent it back. Okay, we'll pop the other side loose. Boy, I'm just dancing around Sally this morning. Okay, everything is apart. Except for that. I'll have to break that apart once I get the knuckle put back in place. I'll pop it back up. I will push that up to the knuckle so I can do some twisting on it. Because of the way the sun rises in our neighborhood, I'm going to spend time on the passenger side first. Because if I don't, the sun will be cooking me here in about an hour. Maybe a little sooner. Okay, we took a break. Ordered the sway bar board. I do believe I need to get some washer fluid. Yes, windshield washer fluid is empty. Note to self. Now, if I could only find the transmission filler tube, I would be ecstatic. Okay, well, strut this side. Came with the bolts, so that's awesome. This one's the passenger side. It's the one that came in first. And you're probably going to hear echoing, because right now I've got the external microphone on. And as I was saying, the microphone does not go dead. Much easier. On the camera, when an external microphone's plugged up, I kind of wish it did, but it is a fail-safe if your external microphone runs on battery and goes dead.
and I will not need the old mounting hardware. Or I guess this could say mounting nuts. This is the absolute easiest way to get a strut replaced. Just buy the whole assembly, take it all off, swap the other one in. And not going to tighten it for now. I'll take care of that later. Turn this thing straight. Alright, lower control arm. Yeah, I'm expecting that to be a little stubborn. Judging by how the other one come out. I may have to spread that apart. Yep. Looks like it's about 5mm clamped together. Hmm. .2mm or 3. I got 53.9 on the old. Well, that's a problem. Looks like it could be clamped together by the mount frame bolt. The subframe bolt, rather. And I really don't want to break that apart. Loosen it to get it separated to make up for the 1mm difference and then put it together. I guess I don't want to do that, but yeah, you got to do what you got to do to get it in there. Okay, I'll save you guys the agony of the echo since I'm so close to the camera. Hopefully I can break that loose with my Roby. All I needed to do was open up about 2mm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're in there. Zoom you in a little bit. Either that's going to open up or I'm going to grind these bushings down. I can do that too. Well, let me tell you what. Let's get the Avenger in here. See if we can't get this thing apart. Oh, crap. Now, I don't want to have to paint this thing. 2mm. That's all I need. If you guys see that steel bending, never mind that. It'll get clamped back together.
not getting that side. Let's see. Is that welded? Yes, it's welded. I broke that loose for nothing. Yep, I'm gonna have to grind it. Okay. They did the wrong distance. But that's okay. I can grind it down. Where is my grinder? This is going to be interesting. I gotta find it. Oh yeah, be stubborn getting in there. That's fine. I don't mind that as long as I can get you centered for a bolt. Hammer. Stop. Hammer time. Probably should take it down to 53.8. That seemed to be the most common number. Okay. That's the wrong one. Get out of there. Alright. Alright, that's better. That looks politically correct. I'm not going to get the oil. No! Incorrect part. Does not have enough spread. Well, send them back. I bought a set. Mm-hmm. Boy, that bushing on this side is just horrid. There's just nothing left.
Does not have enough reach, so that is the wrong part. Guess I could get my money back on them and just order one single for the driver's side. Really hate to do that, but boy, that sway bar just keeps getting in the way. That is firewall. Well, both bushings look pretty good still on this one. And you can't much help when Amazon says this part will fit. So that's another delay. Ball joint still feels good. The rubber seal's not dry rotting. Bushings still look good. So let's roll with it. I'll see if I can save some money, I guess. Hey. Open there. Ah, damn you. $21, yeah. But that bolt is not. Okay, strut in, lower control arms back. I cannot put the other one back, so I'm going to be delayed until I can get another one. If I go full retail, it's going to be about $150 for a lower control arm. At a local store. So how fast do I want to put this back together? I'd really like to be driving it next week. Well, I gotta go do some looking.
I'll be back. And the sun's starting to cook me too, so yeah. Okay, after doing some research and finding out what the factory part number is, I got a match on Amazon. So I'm going to continue to use the driver's side left. The new star of the show is with me. I just want me to pet him, but can't quite do that yet. Anyway, I've got both struts in place. Went on and ordered the new bushings. Those will be easiest to do without the knuckle in place. The struts pretty much ain't interfering with much. So for hopes of being able to drive this next week, what I'm going to do is swap the Saturn for this today. Because I'm basically at a standstill. I mean, I could partially assemble this and still not have everything, because I definitely want to replace the tie rod ends. Hi, Simba. He didn't meow. What do you know? For anybody that likes cats, here's my shadow. Anyway, so it's taking time out on this because of part delays, and moving on to the Saturn because all my parts will be in tomorrow for this, most likely in the afternoon. So I'll spend time on the Saturn today and tomorrow up till I get my parts, unless it ends up being 7 or 8 o'clock before they come in, and then I'll have to work on this Sunday. I hope not, but if that's how it goes, then that's how it goes. Alright, well, until I pick up more footage to work on this, I'll catch you on the Saturn, I suppose.